Hello, what's up guys, it's me, Mohammed Hewan, and today we're back with another episode of Games for Your Shitty PC. This time, we're covering Grand Theft Auto High School Edition. That's right, we're talking about Bully. Now, Bully is a 2006 open world game made by Rockstar, which was for the most part received greatly around the world for its great moral lessons, teaching kids not to bully others. Right? Anyways, the game takes place in the fictional city of Bulworth, where you take on the role of Jimmy Hopkins, a little man with attitude.
Okay, rich guy. I love it that you're twice as old as my grandfather and you're fat and bald.
Dropped off by his mom and his newest stepfather into Bulworth Academy to never see and less than barely hear from his parents again. Maybe Rockstar thought that they wouldn't make for a reasonable in-game boss fight, as was the norm for Rockstar. You know, the whole thing about the first character you lay eyes on comes back to fuck you over and bite you in the ass at the end of the game cliche. This time the game, however, it's like maybe the fifth character or so. Anyways, without spoiling much of the story here, the main premise of the game is simple. You start off with the open world being exclusive to the school campus, and you have one main faction to fight against, as you earn other factions' respect. In each chapter you finish, you earn the respect of the faction you fought against while unlocking a new area of the open world. Starting off with the first chapter fighting against the Bully faction, and all the factions themselves are the Bullies, your typical high school student. The second chapter, the Preps, a rare yet somehow unavoidable demographic of students. The Greasers, the high school drama queens, the Nerds. Teacher, you forgot about the test you told us we had today. And the Jocks, aka the Jokes, and the Townies, 99% of series between the age of 11 and 19. And all the characters in those factions, and in the game as well, follow a irregular Rockstar formula of characters. You know, over-exaggerated stereotypes providing satirical and very accurate yet absolutely hilarious social commentary. And it works amazingly in this game. Most of the people you may encounter in this game, you may have had to deal with the likes of them on a daily basis, and being able to beat the living shit out of them really gives you an unparalleled satisfying feeling. Which brings us to the next mechanic, beating the living shit out of the people mechanic. What did you think? You won the game by giving flowers to pretty girls and bringing peace and love to the planet Earth? Now you dipshit, you have to knock some sense into the minds of all these motherfuckers. For the most part, the fighting mechanic is fully functional and absolutely fantastical, with great animation and satisfying sound effects. However, it lacks the challenge of a true fight. It's way too easy. For example, if you are only to fight one person, it's as easy as spamming the shift key. And even though the combat features are excessive for a Rockstar game, with being able to grab and pin down and throw the opponent and stuff into garbage cans and run them down in toilets and all that weird shit, and being able to unlock more combat moves as you progress, most of the time it's just like shift, hold shift. And when there are more than two people to fight, it becomes somewhat better with you actually having to use those moves and maybe your own weapons, but it never gets challenging or even concerning. As long as you keep your guard up, you're good to go. However, let it down for a moment and you might just find yourself fucked. But even though the fighting mechanic is good, it lacks the sense of sandbox open world after you finish the game. Mostly because after you finish the game, you would have made peace with all the school factions, so picking fights wouldn't be that easy anymore. Especially that you have to basically deplete 90% of the students' health before they start fighting back, which kinda takes away from it. But you may be worrying, if I'm going to go through all these fights, won't my health deplete and I'll be hospitalized or some shit? Worry not, however. Jimmy has more than his share of ways he can regenerate his health. From buying soda off of vending machines, to salvaging whatever is left of the elixir of life known as pop soda is left on the victims of his wrath. To kissing girls to keep him going that extra mile. Jimmy sure is an unstoppable okay, dude, what the fuck, we already moved on from that subject. Anyways, Jimmy, hold your horses. Anyways, Jimmy, please, some proof your parents are now walking into his room and you're making an awkward scene. Hey parents, this is not what this video about, trust me, your child's cool. No, bad Jimmy, don't hold more my child, go sit back in the closet. Anyways, Jimmy can't just go around beating the living shit out of his friends and the citizens of the city of Bulworth. So obviously, there's a system to know how much deep the shithole you dug yourself into is. Yellow, easily avoidable. Orange, you've done some shit, but still easily avoidable. Red, you're fucked, son. And if you aren't that experienced of a player, Red is almost an instant halt to Jimmy's adventures. Because in the game, when you're fighting an authority figure, you usually have this button mashing minigame that you can escape from once they catch you if you succeed, and it's as easy as R. However, once your trouble meter is red, that minigame does not even happen. You're just straight up pinned and caught. And if that weren't enough, all the authority figures that can come and spawn in to chase you will come and spawn in to chase you. And once you're caught, one of three things will happen. 1. Nothing. 2. If you're late to class, you get sent to class, which is somewhat useful. And 3. You get sent to this super boring minigame, which you have to cut grass and shit. It's super boring. And that's it, as well as getting most of your weapons confiscated. So keep your nose clean, or you'll have it cleaned up for you. However, you might be thinking now, well, this is an open world Rockstar game, so how's the open world part of the game, you know? And to that I answer, absolutely fucking biblical, mate. Now the open world is big, but not as big as other Rockstar games, mostly because it's very detailed and filled to the brim with life. As a matter of fact, this could be considered one of the first true HD universe Rockstar games, with an impressive level of NPC interaction and details of the general open world, with many shops and collectibles to be found littered all around. Many games filling the world with life and interesting things to do, from classes in the classroom, because well, this is a school after all, to races for money, to different types of minigames in the carnival to win prizes, to just straight up arcade machines that you play for fun, which includes 2 versions of a racing game, one 2D as in Grand Theft Auto 2 and one in 3D as in Grand Theft Auto 3. And honestly, it's your basic Rockstar driving, except without brakes. And you have a game where you literally are a monkey flinging shit at spiders and bananas, which is very symbolic. And a game where you're a flying squirrel shooting nuts and at bees and eagles and stuff. I don't even know myself at this point. And PTSD, the game. And for transportation in this game, you have a few options. A ped, because you're a fucking loser. A skateboard, stay on road and keep off roads areas. Bikes, fast and elegant. Motors, faster and clunky. And the ultimate amazing go-kart of glitchiness. Fastest yet somehow glitchier than Zetsubo no Shima on release date. Yeah, that's about it. This is my review of Bully Scholarship Edition. It's a great game with many nostalgic memories, which stands tall when comparing it to other Rockstar games of the era. Not as tall as one other particular game, but like a few millimeters off. It stands the test of time after all these years. It's fun, and it comes with one of the best soundtracks of gaming history. Would I recommend Bully for your shitty PC? Absolutely. Would I still buy Bully for a top-notch PC? Absolutely. Would I rather have Grand Theft Auto V? Absolutely. But what's the harm if you have both? Overall, I'd rate this game a 9.5 out of 10. It's GG. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It helps me out a lot since my channel is still on the small end of YouTube. And while you're at it, why not check out the rest of my content? If you like my content, you can subscribe, which helps me out a lot and makes sure you never miss a video of mine. If you like this video, please give it a like. It helps me out a lot since my channel is still on the small end of YouTube. And while you're at it, why don't you check out the rest of my content? If you like my content, then you can subscribe, which helps me out a lot and makes sure you never miss a video of mine. However, if you dislike this video, give it a dislike and please tell me why in the comments, because every bit of constructive criticism I get will help me in the future to improve the quality of my videos. Because if my video is so flawed you had to dislike it, knowing why sure helps make me avoid my mistakes that I made that ruined this video for you. And with all that being said, I will see y'all in my next video. Now it's time to get out of here, stalker.